Names are powerful. They shape perception with a single word. Just think artificial flavors versus natural flavors. Which one sounds healthier? Easy answer, right? Now, Google's using the same power, naming, to label a body of water with a name that didn't even exist before 2012. And even now, that name isn't recognized by any major international organizations. The waters near China's Huangyan Dao have now been labeled the West Philippine Sea on Google Maps, a sudden change made on April the 14th. Google says the label was added to make it easier to see at additional zoom levels. Previously, most users wouldn't have seen it at all. But here's the catch. It contradicts Google's own policies. According to those terms, names should follow widely recognized international standards. Guess what? The West Philippine Sea isn't one of them. We checked Google's stated approach to distributed areas. Multiple claim lines, names, and clickable political annotations are supposed to be provided. Sounds neutral, right? But hold on, why does China's dash line vanish when you zoom into another region? Where's that accurate and neutral promise now? Oh, and by the way, users in the US, they can't even see the Gulf of Mexico label. Here's another twist. No matter what language you set Google Maps to, West Philippine Sea stays in English. Research shows only 34 tweets used the Filipino version of that name over the past 2 years. Compare that with the English version. The contrast is striking. It's clear English works better for global messaging. But is it a term Filipino use in everyday life? Not so much.
South China Sea.
South China Sea.
South China Sea.
The term was born in 2012 when then Philippine President Benigno Aquino III renamed the part of the South China Sea west of the Philippines as the West Philippine Sea, an area China has documented as part of its maritime territory since 1279. Take a look at the spike in March 2024. It coincided with the first ever U.S. trade and investment mission to the Philippines. That same week, Google reaffirmed its support for the country's digital growth, focusing on skilling, infrastructure, and investment. And now, this label change appears just after the U.S. Secretary of Defense visited the Philippines.
Whether you call it the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea,
the Philippine digital economy is booming. It's the fastest growing in Southeast Asia. Google dominates the local search engine market with a 94% share as of January 2024. Well, that explains a lot. To this day, Google hasn't given a clear answer to the sudden label change, but perhaps the words of Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim might shed some light.
We don't go to war, we don't threaten, we don't have... We do discuss, we get a little angry, but we do focus on the economic fundamentals and move on. And why is it that we must then single out China as an issue?
Exactly. Why? Why would a global tech company take sides in a geopolitical dispute? It's a move that contradicts its claims of neutrality, and one that China and much of the world is unlikely to accept.